Hello, Yellowhammers. Greetings from Austin, Texas. My name is Cono Dennis, and I'm the author of No Hill for a Stepper, a novel about the early years of my father, Cono Dennis. Cono loved Rotan, Texas, with all of his being. He loved the people, he loved the countryside, he loved cowboying it up with his grandfather Ike, and he loved H.Go Van, a man that he said was one of the best people he ever met. He enjoyed going to the Wright School, which used to sit at the base of the Double Mountain, and he really enjoyed watching those Yellowhammers play football. When my mother was very ill, my father recounted to me his childhood story in greater detail. And the stories that he told me were ones that I never could have invented on my own. I listened to him, I recorded his voice, I took copious notes, and I knew that he had a story that needed telling. I've learned also that sometimes it's just about listening. I have always enjoyed writing. In high school, I wrote for the school newspaper. But before that, I wrote for myself. I wrote poetry and prose. I wrote about things that made me happy and things that made me sad. I continued to write. I learned early on that for me, writing was a way of bringing myself to the surface, so to speak. I could read my feelings and thoughts on a piece of paper that had been written on notepads or in spiral notebooks or even in those cheesy diaries that included that key that anyone could pick the lock to. And don't tell your English teachers this, but when I journaled, I gave myself permission to just write whatever I wanted to without thinking about grammar or spelling or punctuation or perfect tense. I would just spit those thoughts out from the ink of my pen, and I would still understand it when I read it back to myself. Now, of course, writing for an English paper or a newspaper, you have to play by the rules. And when writing No Hill for a Stepper, I had to edit that manuscript so many times on my own. And by the time the publishers got a hold of it, they edited it at least 3 more times. Anyway, my father's story inspired me. And when he became really ill, he even talked more about his past. He had something to resolve. We all have things that we need to resolve and come to terms with or to understand about ourselves, but hopefully we won't have to wait an entire lifetime to figure it all out. You too are inspired with something or by something. Could be a grandparent or a favorite song. Could be an idea that you thought of and you grabbed hold of it before it left Fisher County on its way to Stonewall. Everyone has a story to tell, and I would like to hear yours. I would be most honored if you would consider entering the No Hill for a Stepper essay or video contest. The topics are these. First, what do you do if you're bullied? 2, how do you handle a difficult situation at home? Or 3, interviewing a grandparent or great-grandparent to learn about their early years. We have given your teachers the simple guidelines for entering the contest. First place winners will receive a cash prize, a medal, and an acknowledgement in my website and also in the Rotan Advance. We would love to hear your story. I look forward to my arrival in Rotan, Texas on November the 4th, at which time I will have the opportunity to meet you all and to present the winners with the prizes. Then I get to go to the game, and I get to watch Rotan beat Roscoe and listen from above as I hear Cono, my father, say, "Go Hammers!"